السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. الحمد لله رب العالمين. Today we are continuing the lesson number 10, and inshallah this particular lesson we are going to be looking at the fi'l al-mudari', okay, the past tense verb, the conjugation of the past tense verbs. If you can remember, previously we looked at something small about it. In this particular lesson we'll look at it in a broader view, okay. So as you can see here, this was where we stopped, right? This was where we stopped in the previous lesson. So we're just going to continue from there, inshallah. We'll read and then we'll explain and then we'll read again, okay. So here he's saying that al-madi wal-mudari', as you can see here. So he's just making a comparison, okay. So for example here, ذهب علي إلى المدرسة أمس, okay. Ali went to the madrasa yesterday. Okay, يذهب علي إلى المدرسة كل يوم. So Ali goes to school every day. So ذهب now يذهب. Okay, we looked at this. قرأ إسماعيل القرآن. يقرأ إسماعيل القرآن بعد صلاة الفجر كل يوم. Okay. غسل الرجل سيارته. يغسل الرجل سيارته كل يوم كل أسبوع. Okay. So I think, as I said, he is at this particular point is just trying to explain the fi'l al-mudari', okay. Or have ذهب and it will now be يذهب, قرأ يقرأ, غسل يغسل. What happens is that previously, if you can remember, in the lesson number 7, right? The lesson number 7, we look at the huruf al-mudari', okay. We said they were the hamza. Then we also have the ya, right? We have ya, okay. And then we also had noon, and then we say there was also ta. I hope that is clear. So they are four af'al, yani huruf al-mudari'. These are the huruf that we use to signify that the verb is mudari'. I hope that is clear. So that's what we call them, the huruf al-mudari', okay. So for example, see, when they attach, they have significance. So for example, if this hamza is there, so if, for example, if I say, instead of putting yazhabu, I put azhabu, it will mean I went. So you see this one, azhabu, I went, okay. But if this one is there, yazhabu, he went, I hope that is clear. Then the noon comes to, for example, nazhabu, we went, okay. So it stands for we. Then we'll have the tatu, for example, tazhabu, okay. Anta tazhabu, I hope that is clear. So it stands for anta. But of course, there are other things, there are other pronouns which it points to, and not only I, you, we, and the you. Okay, they have extensions. They are extensions to them. Okay, especially depending on the ending of the verb. And if you can remember, in the lesson number 7, we looked at it very into details. So please, I hope you have not forgotten, okay. Even if you've forgotten, try to look it up in the lesson number 7. At the beginning of the lesson number 7, we explain it, okay. All the possible combinations of the huruf al-mudari', right? Okay. So now let's look at the conjugation of the fi'l al-mudari'. How do you conjugate them? Or we are going to look at something very interesting. So please just observe, okay. Not necessarily the conjugation, but observe. We are going to look at something very soon. So here he's saying that ta'ammil al-amsilata waqtu mudari' al-af'al al-atiyah. Okay, he's trying to explain something here, but let me explain it, then we come back, so that here this particular table will be easy. Okay, so please observe. we are trying to explain something here, as I said. So, and that is, if you observe very well, we have looked at fi'l al-madi. Okay, in Arabic we said there are three forms of verbs: fi'l al-madi, past tense; fi'l al-mudari, present tense or future tense, present tense and future tense; and then fi'l al-amr, the command. Three. That's only three. Now we have looked at fi'l al-madi. Okay, we have looked at several af'al, several verbs of madi in the state of madi. Then we'll also look at fi'l al-mudari, even though we have not looked at it into details, but we have seen a little bit about it. And then fi'l al-amr, inshallah, we'll learn them later. Okay, but I want to point out something here. If you observe very well, the fi'l al-madi that we have done, zahaba, kharaja, kataba, kasara, jalasa, all these af'al, all these verbs that we have seen, I don't know whether you observe something. We are talking about the pattern in which they comes. Okay, the pattern in which they comes. And please note, let me put a note first. We are talking about 3-letter verbs. Okay, in this particular explanation I'm doing, in this particular page, I'm talking about 3-letter verbs. Okay, later on we'll look at the other other types of verbs, the rubai, and then the 4-letter verbs, and then the other extensions. But here our focus is on 3-letter verbs. So if you observe very well, if you look at the 3-letter verbs, they have, when they come, the pattern in which they come, okay, is either fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. I said what? Fa'ala. Let me come. Let me use the red. So it's either fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ula. I hope that is clear. All the fi'l al-mudari that we have seen, they come on this pattern: fa'ala, fa'ila, and then fa'ula. Yes, I'm saying fi'l al-mudari. Fi'l al-madi, the past tense verbs that we have seen. Just look at jalasa, okay, hasiba, okay, keruma. You see, they come, when they come, is either the middle which either have fatha or kesra or dhamma. But the first letter and then the last letter, they are always having fatha. That's what I'm trying to see. The first letter and then the last letter, they are always having fatha. Is the middle letter, the 3-letter verbs, is their middle letter, which will either take fatha or kesra or dhamma. So any 3-letter verb, okay, that we have learned so far, observe it very well. Let me try to bring up some certain verbs here. Okay, where are the verbs? I think I have some verbs here. Okay, so hope you can see this is what I'm talking about. Please observe very well. You see, all of them, they are beginning with, see, fatha is the middle which is having dhamma here. See, fatha is the middle which is having kesra here. You see, fatha, the middle is having kesra. Fatha, the middle kesra. Fatha, the middle dhamma. You see, so I'm saying that the 3-letter verbs that we have learned so far, their first letter and then their last letter are having fatha, are always going to have fatha, except the middle. The middle have either 3 possibilities. It could have fatha or kesra or dhamma. So for example, like zahaba, you see the middle is having fatha. Another one, hasiba, you see this one, hasiba, you see hasiba, okay, he assumed fa'ula. But this one example is okay, these are examples. Okay, la'uma, okay, blame, he blamed. So you see the middle is having dhamma. Okay, So all the 3-letter verbs that we have learned, okay, we call it the sulasi verbs. They are going to have that thing. Okay, their middle is going to have either fatha or kesra or dhamma. But the first letter and then the last letter, they are always going to have fatha. So those are that is it. That's the pattern in which they come. We are looking at the pattern. Now the fi'l al-mudari, in what pattern do they come? I hope that is clear. So for example, if I give you a verb like this, okay, let me see, let me use, okay, I hope that is clear. Kesara, you see this verb, kesara. Okay, kesara, this is a verb. Now, if I want to conjugate the mudari, it could have, we said you are going to add ya, right? Kesara means he broke. But if I want to say he is breaking in the present tense, okay, I'll say what? You see, I'm not just going to add the ya. If I add the ya, I have to change here to school. I hope that is clear. The first letter will change to school. So it will be what? Yak. Now, the second last letter, that's the middle letter. Okay. The second last letter, like here, the ain kelima. That's the middle letter. Okay. When it was kesara, that's the middle letter. That's the sin, right? It could have fatha, kesra, or doma. So these are the form in which mudore comes. Okay, fi'l mudore, when they come, the ain is where there is difference. The ain could have fatha or kesra or dhamma. But the first, the yazhabu or azhabu or nazhabu or tazhabu, it will always begin with a fatha, then followed by a sukun, and the last will have dhamma. But the second last letter, that is the ain kelima. Okay, when it was madi, the middle letter, that's the ain kelima, the one in the letter in the middle, could have fatha or kesra or dhamma. So, for example, if I have fa'ala, if I say give me the mudore, you know that this one will take sukun and then this one will take dhamma. But the middle is the problem. So it could either be yaf'alu or yaf'ilu or yaf'ulu. I hope that is clear. So the same thing that applies here, kesara. If I want to know the mudore, it will have 3 possibilities. It could be yaksaru. I'm not saying that is the mudore. I'm just saying it is for 3 possibilities. Yaksaru, yaksiru, or yaksuru. I hope that is clear. The second last letter, yaksiru, or yaksuru, or yaksaru. But this will maintain fatha, sukun, and then dhamma. Okay. The problem is the second last letter. It could take fatha or kesra or dhamma. So if I say zahaba, it has 3 possibilities. Be matter if you don't know the mudore, if you don't know, and they ask you to conjugate it, no matter what be the case, it will fall within the 3 possibilities. So it could either be yazhabu, or yazhibu, or yazhubu. I hope that is clear. But the correct one is going to be something that we have to know. Okay, we just know that it will fall within those 3 possibilities. But as to which one is it, we have to just memorize it. There's no specific pattern for which one is specific. Okay, so these are the pattern in which the fi'l mudari comes. It could be yaf'alu, yaf'ilu, or yaf'ulu. Now look at it. That's a simplified version here of it here. So I said that the first one, the fi'l al-madi, okay, this is the past tense. Okay, the past tense could either be fa'ala, or 2 fa'ila, or 3 fa'ula. Right? We have said this, and then we said that the fi'l al-mudari the present tense or the future tense could also be three forms: yaf'alu, yaf'ilu, or yaf'ulu. Okay, yaf'alu, yaf'ilu, or yaf'ulu. I hope that is clear. Okay. So now, how do we now know? How do we now know that? For example, if I say zahaba, how do you know that the mudore is yazhabu, but not yazhibu or yazhubu? How do you know that it falls with which one of these three possibilities is it? Okay. As I said, there is no specific pattern for that one. Okay. So for example, as I said, so look at something. These are examples. Okay. Like zahaba. Here we are talking about verbs that have the ain, the middle letter having fatha. So zahaba, jalasa, darasa. You see, they are all having zahab, fatha, 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 fatha. You see, okay, zahaba, jalasa, darasa. But as to which of these three the mudore will be, the present tense will be, it could fall within these three possibilities. As I just said, for example, zahaba, its mudore is yazha. You see, yazhabu, yaf'alu. The second last letter is taking fatha. That's the ain kelima. Okay, the ain kelima. Now, jalasa. You see, yajlisu. You see, but not yajlasu or yajlusu. Okay, it is yajlisu. Why? It's a probability. It could be within these three categories. Any verb having this one, zahaba, three-letter verbs, could fall within these three possibilities. Okay, darasa, yadurusu. You see, the mudore is yadurusu. Okay, yadurusu. Okay, so that is an example for each. Example for this one is zahaba, yazhabu. Example for this one is jalasa, yajlisu. Example for this one is darasa, yadurusu. I hope that is clear. Now, for verbs that have the middle having sukun, having kesra. These are verbs. The first one, you can see the number one, is for verbs that have fatha, fatha, fatha. Zahaba, jalasa, darasa, ketaba. You see. But here, this number two is for verbs which have the sukun in the middle. I'm saying sukun, kesra in the middle. As we said, there are three possibilities. The ain could have fatha or kesra or dhamma. So the second one, we're looking at the verbs that have the middle being kesra. Okay, for example, shariba. It's not sharaba, shariba. Hasiba. You see, hasiba. Okay. Now, so if it is having this, if it is having the kesra in the middle, there are only two possibilities. There are only what? Two possibilities. So when the verb is having kesra on the ain kelima, example, I'm talking about three-letter verbs, of course. Shariba, example, shariba, hasiba. You see, they are not like this one, which have fatha, fatha, fatha. They are the second category, having kesra in the middle. Their mudora is either going to be yaf'alu or yaf'ilu. So those with kesra on the middle letter, you will never see them having this one. So there's no way the mudore will be yashrubu, yahsubu. It doesn't happen. They are only going to be within these two possibilities. So if I just give you a verb, you don't even know the meaning. For example, hasiba. Assuming you don't know the meaning of hasiba, and I ask you, give me the mudore of hasiba. You see that hasiba, it is a three-letter word with the middle having kesra, the ain kelima having kesra. So if you just need to know that those forms of verbs, they are going to have two possibilities. Their mudore is either going to be yaf'alu or yaf'ilu. So the answer will be within these two, even though you may not know specifically, but you know that it is either going to be of these two. Okay, so shariba, example, shariba, yashrabu, hasiba, yahsibu. You see, hasiba, yahsibu. This one, they are all the same pattern, shariba, hasiba, but this one have yashrabu, not yashribu, but this one have yahsibu, not yahsabu. Okay, even though it is also possible, but yahsibu in this case. I hope that is clear. Okay. Now the last one is where we have the middle letter having Dhamma. So for example, Qaruba. Qaruba means it came close. Okay, so if I say Qaruba al-imtihan, the examination is close. You have to prepare. If you are telling to, you are talking to your student or something, your students. So, Fa'ula, you see, Qaruba. So Qaruba, you can see it comes on the pattern of Fa'ula. The middle is having Dhamma, right? So the same thing will happen here. Yakrubu. You see, Yakrubu. So when those ones, they just have one pattern. There's only one possibility. So if I give you any 3-letter words, and then the middle is having Dhamma, if I ask you what will be the Mudore, it's very simple. Even if you don't know the meaning, any word they give you, and it is 3-letter words with the middle having school, having Dhamma, the middle is having Dhamma. The Mudore is the Ain Kelima of the Mudore will also be Dhamma. And that's just what we need to form the Mudore. The vowel on the Ain, because the others are stationary. Okay, Yaf, and then the last one to have Dhamma. But the Ain is the problem. It could have Fatha or Kesra or Dhamma. But as I said, when the verb is on the pattern of Fa'ula, the middle is having Dhamma, the Ain will have Dhamma. If the middle is having Kesra, the Ain will either have Fatha or Kesra. But if the Ain is having Fatha, it could have the Ain in the Mudore will have Fatha or Kesra or Dhamma. 3 possibilities. Okay. So that is what we have simplified here. Fa'ala. Okay, the verbs which have the Ain having Fatha. Okay. They have 3 possibilities. Fa'ala yaf'ulu. So you see. Okay, Fa'ala yaf'alu. Fatha, Fatha. Or Fa'ala yaf'ilu. Fatha, Kesra. So that's what we have put here. Fatha, Kesra. And then Fatha, Dhamma. You see. Fa'ala yaf'ulu. And these are their examples. So when you look at the dictionary, you can just see these things. But you don't really know what it means, right? So this today, I think you now know what it means. When you take some of the Arabic dictionaries, and Bimana Arabic and English, you see these things, these abbreviations, but you don't know what it means. Okay, especially when they are talking in the context of verbs. Okay, it means the Ain is having Fatha in the Madi, in the past tense verb. And then the present tense verb is also having Fatha on the Ain. Okay, so Fa'ala yaf'alu. Fa'ala yaf'ilu. Fa'ala yaf'ulu. Okay, so this is the same thing. Like here too. Fa'ila yaf'alu. So Kesra Fatha. Okay, or Kesra. So Fa'ila yaf'ilu. And then here Fa'ula yaf'ulu. Only one possibility, 2 possibilities, and then 3 possibilities. I hope this is clear, inshallah. So let's continue. Please, if there's any confusion or any problem, you can let us know, inshallah. Okay. But in this particular lesson, we are going to focus on only. So this is a general. Okay, this is general. 6 classes of the 3-letter verbs. They have 6 classes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You see, 6 classes. 3 here, 2 here, and then 1 here. So 6 groups, 6 classifications of the 3-letter verbs in Arabic. So these are the general. This is a general one. But in this particular, in this particular book, okay, we are going to be looking at only 4. Only 4. Okay, and that is just the first 4, as you can see, the first 4 that we have here. But the rest, inshallah, we'll look at it in this book. But at the end, I think that will come in the last book, okay, or second to last book. We'll look at it, okay, second to last book. So these are the 4 types that we'll be looking at. Fa'ala yaf'alu, fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'ulu, and then fa'ila yaf'alu. Okay, so these are the 4 things we'll be looking at. So that is what he has summarized in the table, these 4 groups. Okay, so look at the table, please observe. Okay. If you don't understand this particular chart, please just try to go over again. Try to, repeat the explanation, and inshallah, it will be fine, inshallah. Okay. But if there's any problems, you can draw our attention, inshallah. Now look at here. Kataba yaktubu. So fatha. See. Kataba yaktubu. Jalasa yajlisu. Zahaba yazhabu. Sami'a yasma'u. Okay. So as I said, these are just the 4 categories here. Okay. Fa'ala yaf'alu, fa'ala yaf'ilu, fa'ala yaf'ulu. And then fa'ila yaf'alu. So what he is doing, see. Always, when we are talking about mudore, look at the ayn kalima. Kataba, fatha. I hope that is clear. Jalasa, fatha. Zahaba, fatha. I hope that is clear. Okay. So they are both here. I hope you can see. Okay. They are both having fatha, fatha, fatha. Okay, fatha, fatha, fatha. So kataba, jalasa, zahaba, they are just both. Now, you can see when you come to the mudore, as we just said, there are either going to be 3 possibilities. Just like you take this one and permutation, this to this, or this to this, or this to that. Okay, 3 possibilities. The first one and this, or this and that, or this and that. Okay, that's just what I've done here. So the same way, the mudore, the middle could have either dhamma, or kesra, or fatha. I hope you can see. So that's what we said. Okay, when the kataba, fatha, 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 the past tense verb could have 3 possibilities. We have said that. Okay, so that's just what he's trying to do here. Now let's fill in this gap. Let's fill in this gap. And then we have this last one, as you can see, this last one. That is this one. See, that is this one. Fa'ila. You see, fa'ila will have 2 possibilities when the middle is having kasra. Yaf'alu or yaf'ilu. And I said in this particular lesson, we are considering only the first one. This is already 3. I said we are looking at 4. So this and then this. But this and that, we'll look at it later. So shariba, yashrabu. But we don't look at this one. Okay. So that's what we have done here. When the middle is having kasra. Sami'a. Okay, so it is here. You see. Kasra. The kasra, the I stands for kasra. A stands for fatha. U stands for dhamma. Right? Okay. Then yasma'u. That's the 4th one we'll be looking at. So let's complete this table. Okay. Dakhala is going to be what? Yadkhulu. So this is going to come on this pattern. Kataba, yaktubu. Okay. What will happen is that, as I've just said, the first letter will always take fatha, then followed by a sukun. Okay, followed by a sukun. But the 3rd one we don't know. That's the ayn kalima. Okay, the ayn kalima, the middle one here, we don't know. Then the next one will take dhamma. Okay, my writing is not clear, right? Then the next one will take dhamma. I hope that is clear. So this is what we said. So we'll see something. Here the same thing. Dakhala. It will now be, the ya will come here. Yad. You see the school. Yad. Then here it's called, because we are looking at the dhamma pattern. So yad khulu. But it could have been yad khalu or yad khilu. Okay. But yad khulu. Yakhruju. Haraja yakhruju. Sajada yasjudu. We are looking at dhamma pattern. Dhamma pattern. Sajada yasjudu. Akala yakulu. Qatala yaktulu. Okay. Now let's look at the kesra pattern. You can see here kesra pattern. Okay, you can see kesra. So gasala yaksilu. Raja'a yarji'u. Nazala yanzilu. Kesara yaksiru. Doraba yadribu. Okay. Now let's look at fatha pattern. You can see fatha pattern. Raka'a yarka'u. Rafa'a yarfa'u. Fa'ala yaf'alu. Sa'ala yas'alu. Fataha yaftahu. Okay. Now, sami'a yasma'u. Fahima yafhamu. fatha. The ayn is having fatha. La'iba yal'abu. Hafiza yahfazu. Okay. Shariba yashrabu. Rakiba yarkabu. Okay. As we go further, it will become very easy. Okay. So right now it may seem to be confusing, but as I said, if we go further, inshallah, it will become very easy. It will become very easy. As far as we just try to practice, inshallah, Allah will make it easy for us. Okay. So don't really, if you don't understand currently, okay, don't let it bother you. Okay. As we go, inshallah, we'll explain more. Okay. So I think there's no new word here, right? No, there's kataba, he wrote. Okay. Dakhala, he ended. Kharaja, he left. Sajada, he prostrated. Akela, he ate. Sajada, that's where we have sujud from. Sujud. Okay, when we have prostration. Okay. Qatala, he killed. Okay. Jalasa, he sat. Ghasala, he washed. Raja'a, he returned. Nazala, he descended. Okay. Okay, so if I say Nazala al-Malak, an angel descended. Okay. Yanzilu, he is descending. Okay. Kasara, he broke. Daraba, he hit. Zahaba, he went. Raka'a. Raka'a is he bow. Okay. If you finish Surah Al-Fatiha, you see Waladallin Amin. Then you recite another surah. If you finish and you do Allahu Akbar, I hope that, so you now do what? You are bowing, you bow, right? So that's the rak'ah. Okay, that's the rak'ah. Now Rafa, he raised. Fa'ala, he did. Sa'ala, he asked. Okay. Fataha, he opened. Sami'a, he heard. Fahima, he understood. La'iba, he played. Hafiza, he memorized. Shariba, he drank. Rakiba, he rode. Okay. If I say Rakiba al-Ibl, okay, he rode the camel. Okay, it could also be used for car. I'm saying car. Okay, what's the name? Car or motorbike or anything, bicycle or whatever. If you rode, you say Rakiba, he rode or he bought. Okay, even ships. Okay, ship. When you board a ship, it's called Rakiba. He bought a ship. أكمل الجمل الآتية بوضع فعل مضارع مناسب في الفراغ. أكمل الجمل الآتية, complete the following sentence بوضع, by placing or by feeling, فعل مضارع, past tense verb. Sorry, I'm saying past tense verb. Present tense verb. مناسب, suitable or appropriate. Suitable or appropriate. So we are not just going to put anything there, but suitable. That which suits it. Okay, fil farak, in the empty spaces. Okay, fil farak, in the empty spaces. So here, Abi ila suki kulla sabahin. So what they want us to put a present tense verb here. That will make the sentence complete. That will make the sentence complete. So what should we put here? Abi ila suki kulla yawmin. So I'll put yazhabu, right? Yazhabu abi ila suki kulla sabahin. Yazhabu abi, my father goes ila suki, to the market, kulla sabahin, every morning. Mata yarji'u, even though I didn't know, I'm just guessing. Abuka min al-masna. Okay, so I think yarji'u could do. Okay, mata yarji'u abuka min al-masna. When does your father return from the factory? Ahmad al-kahwata, if you just see coffee. Yashrabu Ahmad al-kahwata. Wa yashrabu Yusuf al-shaya. Okay, Ahmad al-kahwa. Yashrabu Ahmad al-kahwa. We know what it means. Wa yashrabu Yusuf al-shaya. We know what it means. Now here, Akhi dadadash as-suhufa و الأخبار من الإذاعة كل صباح. So I think الصحف يقرأ, right? الصحف, the newspaper. So you can see أخي يقرأ الصحف. My brother is reading the newspaper. the news. وَيَسْمَعُ, okay, وَيَسْمَعُ الْأَخْبَارَ مِنَ الْإِذَاعَةِ كُلَّ صَبَاحٍ, and he listens to the news from the radio station every morning. Now, here, al-mudarrisu ala saburati. So you can see, يَكْتُبُ الْمُدَرِّسُ عَلَى السَّبُورَةِ. The teacher is writing on the board. Okay, هِشَامٌ وَجْهَهُ بِالصَّابُونِ. Hisham wajhahu, his face, bisobun, with soap. So you can say yaghsilu from gasala, he washed. Yaghsilu, he is washing. So how do you know that? So someone can ask, why didn't we say yaghsalu or yaghsulu, but we say yaghsilu? You see the second last letter, the sin, we give it kesra. Okay, I gave it kesra, yaghsilu. Why did I say yaghsilu, but I didn't say yaghsalu or yaghsulu? That's what I said. The verbs are such that they don't have, that's what I was saying. They don't have one, you can know the exact one. I hope that is clear. What you can only know is that the verb is what? Gasala. You see gasala. It is within this pattern, right? Gasala. Fatha, fatha, fatha. So we know that it could either be yaghsalu or yaghsilu or yaghsulu. But the specific one, we don't really know. What you just need to do is that we have to, as I said, we have to memorize it. Okay? And then we get used to it. But there's no pattern. There's no pattern to get you which of these three it will be. I hope that is clear. We can only know that when it is this one, it has three possibilities. When it is this, it has two possibilities. And when it is this, it has only one possibility. Okay, so it's only this one that we can know that it is just this. I hope that is clear. Okay, so yaghsilu hishamun wajhahu. So as I said, the mudari forms, we have to memorize it. And then we have to get used to it. That is how we will know it. That is how we will know it. You can only determine it will fall within these three possibilities or two possibilities, but you can know which of these three or which of this one exactly it will be. Okay. Hisham, so yaghsilu Hisham wajhahu bis-sabun. So how do I know it is yaghsilu? As I said, that was just how I was taught. Okay, and that is how we learn them. Okay. So Hishamun, so yaghsilu Hishamun wajhahu bis-sabun. Hisham is washing his face bis-sabun. What do you call the sabun? The sabun is the soap. I hope that is clear. Sabun is soap. The soap that you use to wash your dress or whatever. So what yaghsilu Hishamun wajhahu bis-sabun. Hisham is washing his face with soap. Okay. Al-mudarrisu min al-madrasati fi sa'ati saniyati. Okay. So you can say that yakhruju al-mudarrisu. The teacher goes out or the teacher leaves. Okay. Min al-madrasati, from the school. Fi sa'ati saniyati. 2 o'clock. Okay. Sa'atu saniyati. If you can remember the last time I told you that that is how we do the time. Okay. So for example, if I say sa'atu salisati, 3 o'clock. Sa'atu rabi'ati, 4 o'clock. Sa'atu khamisati, 5 o'clock. Sa'atu saminati, 8 o'clock. But this one sa'atu saniyati, 2 o'clock, right? Okay, 2 o'clock. So inshallah, let's stop here and then we'll continue in the next lesson. Jazakum Allahu Khairan. Please, if there is any confusion, try to draw our attention so that we'll clarify things for you, inshallah. جزاكم الله خيرا وبارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم ونفعني وإياكم بالآيات والذكر الحكيم. So please try to go over it, what we have just done, and then you practice, inshallah. Things will become very easy. Okay. جزاكم الله خيرا. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.